If you're a lover of ancient legends, then you need to hear this. Welcome to the enchanting world of the Maori, where ancient legends and vibrant culture intertwine. This is why you need to listen to the whispers of the wind. Rangi was different. He felt it deep inside. The other kids laughed when he talked about the whispers he heard on the wind, whispers from Tane Mahuta, the god of the forest. They didn't hear the stories the twee birds sang. One night, the wind howled. A dark shadow fell over the village. The grown-ups were scared. This wasn't a normal storm. This was the work of the Patupaiarehe, tricky fairy folk who lived in the mountains. Rangi's heart pounded. He knew he had to do something. He was chosen. He came from a long line of brave warriors. He would answer the call. He would answer the call. His grandpa, a toa, a warrior, gave him a greenstone necklace. It was a symbol of strength and connection, a link to the past and a guide for the future. This connects you to the land, to your ancestors, he said, his voice full of wisdom. It will protect you and guide you on your journey. Rangi went into the forest, the greenstone pendant resting against his chest. The forest was dense and full of life, every step taking him deeper into its embrace. The wind swirled around him, whispering secrets of the ancient trees. It was as if the forest itself was speaking to him, urging him forward. It pulled him forward, deeper and deeper into the forest. The path was winding and mysterious, each turn revealing new wonders and hidden dangers. His fear turned into bravery. He felt a surge of courage, knowing that he was not alone. The spirits of his ancestors were with him. He would face the Patupaiarehe, the mythical beings of the forest, known for their enchanting music and elusive nature. Days turned into nights. The forest became his home. He learned to navigate its secrets, finding comfort in its rhythms. The trees, his friends, the birds, his messengers. They guided him, showing him the way through their songs and movements. The whispers on the wind and the tui's stories guided him. He listened intently, understanding the language of the forest. He knew he was close. He could feel the Patupaiarehe nearby. Their presence was a tingling sensation in the air, a magical energy that surrounded him. He could hear their laughter echoing through the trees. It was a haunting melody, both beautiful and eerie, calling him closer to the heart of the forest. He came to an open space in the forest. In the middle stood a giant totara tree, its branches reaching for the sky. And there, sitting on a branch, was a Patupaiarehe. But this wasn't a regular Patupaiarehe. This one was different. Older, wiser. This was the Kaitiaki, the protector of the forest. "You have come," the Kaitiaki said, its voice like ringing bells. "The forest is in danger." Rangi felt a surge of responsibility. He was ready to listen, ready to learn. Section 4. Power of the Past. The Kaitiaki told of a darkness that had covered the land. This darkness was not just a physical shadow, but a spiritual one, affecting the hearts and minds of the people. It spoke of a bad spirit that had woken up, messing up the balance of nature. This spirit thrived on fear and despair, spreading its influence far and wide, corrupting the very essence of life. Only someone from a family of warriors, a true toa, could stop it. The toa were not just fighters, they were protectors, chosen by the ancestors to guard the balance of the world. Rangi was scared, but he remembered his grandpa's words. His grandpa had always told him stories of bravery and courage, of how their ancestors had faced similar challenges and emerged victorious. He held the greenstone pendant tight. This pendant was more than just a family heirloom. It was a symbol of their lineage, a conduit for the ancestral power that flowed through their bloodline. He could feel the strength of his ancestors flowing through him. It was as if their spirits were with him, guiding his every step, lending him their strength and wisdom. The Kaitiaki took him to a hidden cave. This cave was a sacred place, known only to the guardians and the chosen ones, a place where the veil between the worlds was thin. Inside, ancient markings glowed with power. These markings told the stories of their people, of their struggles and triumphs, of the wisdom passed down through generations. The stories of his people. Each carving and scroll was a testament to their resilience, a reminder of the strength that lay within their heritage, the legacy of his ancestors. He wasn't alone. He was part of a lineage that stretched back through the ages, a lineage of warriors and protectors. He spent days learning the old ways, mastering the power of his ancestors. He trained tirelessly, honing his skills, learning to harness the energy that flowed through him. He learned to control the weather and talk to the spirits of the forest. These were not just skills. They were gifts from his ancestors, tools to help him in his quest. He wasn't just a boy anymore. He had grown, not just in strength but in spirit, becoming something greater than he had ever imagined. He was becoming a toa, a true warrior, ready to face the darkness and restore balance to the land. Section 5. A warrior's heart. He came out of the cave, changed. The cave had tested him, pushed him to his limits, and in doing so, it had revealed his true strength. The darkness within had been a mirror, reflecting his deepest fears and his greatest hopes. He was ready to face the darkness. The forest ahead was not just a physical place, but a symbol of the unknown challenges that lay in his path. Each step he took was a step into the unknown, a journey into the depths of his own soul. He was ready to do what he was born to do. His destiny was calling, and he could feel the weight of his ancestors' expectations on his shoulders. The training, the sacrifices, all had led to this moment. He went into the heart of the darkness with the Kaitiaki as his guide. The Kaitiaki, a spirit of the forest, whispered ancient wisdom and offered protection. Together, they ventured deeper, where the light barely touched and shadows danced with malevolence. He faced scary creatures, each one a test of his bravery. These were not just beasts, but manifestations of his inner demons. Each battle was a struggle not just for survival, but for his very soul. He fought with the fierceness of a storm, the strength of a mountain. His movements were a dance of power and grace, each strike a testament to his training and his will to overcome. Finally, he stood before the evil spirit. This was the source of the darkness, the embodiment of all that he had feared. Its presence was overwhelming, a force of pure malevolence. It was a creature of shadow and fire, its eyes burning with ancient hatred. The air around it crackled with dark energy, and its gaze seemed to pierce through to his very core. The final battle was long and hard. Every moment was a test of endurance, every strike a clash of wills. The forest seemed to hold its breath, watching the epic struggle unfold. But Rangi fought with the courage of his ancestors, the spirit of the forest by his side. He could feel their strength flowing through him, their voices urging him on, reminding him of who he was and what he was fighting for. And in the end, he won. The darkness was vanquished, the evil spirit defeated. The forest seemed to sigh in relief, the balance restored. Rangi returned to his village a different person. The trials had changed him, forged him into a true warrior. He walked with a new sense of purpose, his heart filled with the wisdom of his journey. He had faced his fears. Each challenge had been a lesson, each victory a step towards understanding his true self. He had embraced his heritage. The stories of his ancestors were now his own, their strength and wisdom a part of him. He had become the Toa he was meant to be, a guardian, a protector, a symbol of hope for his people. The whispers of the wind would always guide him. They were the voices of the forest, the echoes of his journey, a constant reminder of his connection to the land. The forest would always be his protector, his teacher, his home. It was a bond that could never be broken, a relationship that defined his very existence.